the broader context in which to understand television news representation of young people is really the change in the UK society over the last 30 years. Because what you've seen is the growth of what's called neoliberal capitalism, and that's basically dismantled the welfare state and the welfare structures that gave some support to young people. Young people did quite well out of the welfare state. They got education, they got access to health, they got access to housing, and so forth. With the dismantling of the welfare state, young people's lives have become much more risky and much more vulnerable, because the market is a survival of the fittest, and young people are one of the most vulnerable groups in society. That's a real problem, and so what you have is a growth really of the law and order agenda, because when you have lots of inequality you tend to have higher crime, and the response of the sort of politicians to that is not to change things, to make things more equal. It's to have a bigger law and order agenda, and so you have increasing authoritarianism towards young people. You've got ASBOs, stop and search, on the spot fines, and all that sort of thing. And that's really the context in which you can situate the television news representations of young people, and that's why the news tends to concentrate so much on this law and order angle. And it really does tend to reinforce this kind of whole social inequality.